I'd like to now take the opportunity to present our breakout speakers for the Digital Solutions for Small Business. And this is presented by the Canadian Centre for Occupational Health and Safety and Ontario Workplace Safety and Insurance Board, which we are all familiar with. So I'd like to first let everyone know a little bit about Kamal McDoom. So Kamal has been with the board on the WSIB for 21 years. He started out in the document management department on the claims side and went into the registration and employer accounts, finally ending up in the cost allocation and experience rating department for the last 15 years. So he comes with a lot of knowledge, a breadth of experience, and he's got some really exciting things to speak about. And then I also have here Karen Cassidy. So she is the Director of Small Business over at the Canadian Centre for Occupational Health and Safety, where she leads the development of new and innovative health and safety related products and resources. She's a compassionate leader who brings a wealth of experience and leadership, business development, and operations from her work in the private and public sectors. She's passionate about building relationships and collaborating with partners on projects that help advance the workplace safety in Canada. Karen has a background in occupational health and safety, environmental management systems, regulatory affairs, marketing, and business development across a variety of industries. So again, a breadth of knowledge here. And I won't speak much more. I'll hand it over to the speakers here, and looking forward to hearing what they have to say. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kamal McDoom, team lead for the Experience Rating and Cost Allocation Department from WSIB. I'm here today to talk about some of our online digital services that we offer to employers. I'm sure most of you may have already signed up, but you may not know all the functions that we have. So just very briefly, we're just going to go over the online services, how to access them, the type of services we have, taking advantage of one of our tools to help analyze your claims history and your rates, and we'll take questions at the end after Karen does her presentation. So with our online services, employers can take advantage of a lot of functions that we have. You can manage your account, so if you're brand new, you could actually register your business online. You can report and pay your premiums, view any balances owing to WSIB or any credits on your account. You can obtain a clearance certificate for when you're going on in jobs and you need to have your records. Our online WSIB reports, our business profiles. You can complete reconciliations, submit documents to your claims, change your business activities, or update your address. You no longer have to call in to do any of those things. From the claims side, you could actually report and fill out the Form 7. So hopefully there are no injuries, but if you do have an injury, you can actually register it online. If you do have a claim, you can submit any claim-related documents directly to the claim, eliminating the need for fax and mail. Like I mentioned earlier, you can analyze your past claims and the impacts to your rates. You can view any claims that you have. And you can also access our business safety portal to take advantage of some of the programs that we have there. So accessing your online services is actually pretty easy. You would just go on to the WSIB website, and in the top right, you'll see either sign up or log in. If you already have an account with us, you would just hit log in, fill out your credentials, and there you go. If you're brand new, you would hit sign up, and then you would select business, register your business, and then sign up for your account. Our online services, I did have a screenshot of what this page looks like, but that page is changing. We're currently refreshing what our online service is going to look like, so the page will change from what it currently is. Right now, when you log in, you could actually have to select your services one by one. With our new changes happening in a few weeks, you'll actually automatically be logged into all services. You won't have to sign up individually. On the page, you'll be able to see your account balances, real time, notifications on any action items you need. There's an account overview, making it easier to find any information that you need to follow. The account admins will have more controls over permissions, where before you'd have to call us and we would take people off or change permissions. The admin can do all of that online going in the future. And it helps to ensure that the right people in your companies have the right access to whatever tools that they need from an online service perspective. So managing your account online, we're trying to make it easier for you guys. So again, this is what the screen currently looks like, but it will be changing when we update our online services. So when you log in, you'll be able to see all the services that you have, reporting, sorry, don't know what button I just pressed there. Sorry, technical support, but on that screen, you'll be able to report and pay your premiums. There we go. So it's broken down right now into 3 sections: your business homepage, where you can report and pay your premiums, your account management, and your claims management. So I'll just briefly touch on what each one does. So reporting and pay your premiums is literally just reporting and paying your premiums. You log in, you report your premiums, then you pay your premiums through one of your online banking or third-party sites. You can view your balances, any account activities, and any account statements. So your monthly statement of accounts, you can view it there. For those of you that report monthly, you complete your online reconciliations on the same screen. Very fast, very efficient. On the account management section, here you could submit any documents directly to your account, any business changes. You can find or obtain a clearance certificate. You can register your business with us, report any changes in business activities, update your address, hopefully not close your account, but if you need to, you can close your account. And then any related WSIB employer account forms that you need to fill out would also be accessible here. And lastly, claim management. Again, hopefully you don't have claims, but if you do, you can view your claims online here, report any injuries or illness, submit any documents directly related to the claim so the case managers can see them without having to wait for faxes or anything like that. You can analyze your rates and the past claims and the impacts to those with our new rate setting. Access any health and safety programs or any information on the health and safety programs that we offer, the partnerships that we have. Access our health and safety programs, again, view any account activities for related to claims, and then any WSIB claims forms that you guys need to fill out, there's also available in our claim section of your online services. One of the big online services we have is a tool called Compass. This is where you can analyze your rates and see your claim impacts. There's a lot of great information here. I can't go too much into it because you do have to be logged in to take advantage of all of the services, but I'll just give you a quick screenshot of what you have. So here you could actually get all your data centralized. This is the landing page on it. Here you'll see this is for 2025. You've got your dashboard, which is this. You can see your premium, your predictability. You can analyze your injury history, dates for claims, type of claims you have, number of claims you had for the current year. You can analyze trends to see what the most expensive claims are, what your most frequent claims are. You can download the data depending on which data you need, whether it's premium rate history or claims cost history. A lot of really time-saving self-analysis tools that'll help you manage your health and safety programs within your company. For employers that are over 30% predictability, there's actually a tool that'll help you to analyze what your rates could be depending on how much you reduce claim costs or if claim costs do increase. A lot of great information here. Again, unfortunately, I can't give you a full demo just because we don't have the online access. An account needs to be registered to go through it. But there's a lot of great information. If you have any more questions, please reach out to the WSIB and we'll gladly walk you through these screens. You can also access any of the business reports you need. For those in the construction industry, I know a lot of them need the workplace injury summary report. You just go down to reports here, I believe it is. Yeah, I think it's one of these ones there. Sorry, it's a little blurry. But you go there, you get your workplace injury summary report, your business profile reports. You don't actually need to call us or send an email for that anymore. You can download it right at your fingertips. Any questions on our online services that WSIB offer? Sorry, in the back there, yes?
In the past, I've seen that the data for Compass is like a month, right? The tends up. Are you guys doing anything editors in the back to speed up the process?
We are looking into speeding up that process. I'm hoping that when we do the updates in a couple of weeks when the new online services gets refreshed, that will actually be a little bit faster than a month behind. But that is something that we're looking at improving, but I couldn't tell you the exact date. Yeah.
My company's here in BC, and I found Work BC analytics, like they have a worker or employer report. It goes very deep into the analytics, claims, are the plan to follow that model, because I find it's very limited with WSIB offers, and it's good, don't get me wrong. I would like to see more, right? Especially if I'm presenting information to the owners of our company.
Yeah, I know Compass goes into a lot more detail. It drills it down. Yeah. With Compass, I would recommend maybe just calling our cost allocation department, and they can give you a deep dive to show you how to use it to get that information. But again, these are all things we'll take back as feedback, and as we start to, with the new updates coming in, hopefully that'll make it easier for you guys. But for right now, if you call our cost allocation team, we'll definitely walk you through how to get that deep dive information that you need. Any other questions before I turn it over? All right, I'm off the hot seat now.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to use a microphone today. But thank you for joining this session. That was great, Kamal, and it dovetails nicely into what I'm going to be talking about today. My name's Karen. I'm with the Canadian Centre for Occupational Health and Safety. And we're having mild technical difficulties. I'm going to be doing a live demo, but the Wi-Fi in the room is a little spotty. So luckily I have a backup presentation, and I'm going to go through that first because it gives nice background and lead into the setup of the business safety portal if you're going to set it up as an account owner. It dovetails nicely into that, and then at the end I will pull the business safety portal up on the screen. You would have seen it a couple of minutes ago, and I'll walk you through quickly some of the key features and how it works. So first of all, a little bit about CCOHS. We are the Canadian Centre for Occupational Health and Safety, and we are Canada's national Centre for Health and Safety. We were founded under an Act of Parliament in 1978 under the federal government, and we have our own act, the Canadian Centre for Occupational Health and Safety Act. And we promote the total well-being of workers, and we provide credible information and guidance, and we support workplaces, and we support various levels of government across the country in developing tools and resources. We are not, however, a regulator. Our mandate is to promote health and safety in the workplace and the physical and mental health of working people in Canada. And so we do that through some consultation, participation with labor and employers and workers. We are governed by a tripartite council that makes sure that everything that we deliver is balanced. And we assist in the development and maintenance of programs, and we serve as the National Centre for Information and Statistics. Today, though, I'm here to talk about the Business Safety Portal. And the portal is something that we had been mulling over for a little while. And it came about, we did some consultations and discovered that businesses, and especially small businesses, often struggle with their health and safety programs. And you know, there are lots of great organizations. We're not the only one. There are many, many, many of them across the country, and everybody's doing such great work and has a wealth of information and resources available. But small businesses often, it can become overwhelming. They don't know where to begin. They don't have the time maybe to wade through all of the resources. And again, I'm talking about CCOHS as well. They come onto our website and we have a lot of materials, but they don't know what is specifically relevant to them. And so we started to kick around the idea of, wouldn't it be great if there was a portal that could tell a business what is relevant to them based on some information. If they give us a little bit of information, we can whittle that down. And wouldn't it be great if we can get participation from some of the other safety associations across the country to help feed into that portal, so that we're not only linking back to CCOHS, but we're linking back to the other health and safety associations as well. But we're doing it in a way that's mindful, that's not just linking out to their home pages and sending people out to have the same struggle that they already had, but we're linking out to specific resources that meet the business's specific needs. So the portal provides centralized access to curated resources, and that's exactly what I was talking about. We have an intake form, and I'm going to show you that in a few moments, where businesses give us a little bit of information about who they are, what their demographics of their employees are, what their workplace looks like, and they also tell us what their health and safety concerns are. And we take that information, and on the back end, we map it against our own resources and resources that are provided to us through other organizations, such as WSPS, who's here today, and they have provided us with a significant number of resources for our portal. We also provide some guidance and tools to assist them in developing a health and safety program. And I know that you've heard a lot about health and safety programs here today, and there's been lots of talk about the HSEP, the Health and Safety Excellence Program, and there was some discussion about ISO and how one doesn't replace the other, and the Business Safety Portal doesn't replace anything either. It all works together cohesively and just provides different levels of support depending on where a business is at in their journey. We also decided to provide a storage area that we call it the digital file cabinet, and that's to enable businesses to store their own resources in the portal as well, essentially alongside the guidance that they've bookmarked and the guidance that they're getting through the portal, so that everything's in one place. And someone on the panel just around lunchtime was talking about getting ready for an inspection. And what better way to get ready for an inspection than to have all of your records alongside all of your guidance in one place. This is a little bit about CCOHS resources. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because we're here to talk about the portal itself, but I want you to understand sort of what are the types of resources that are in the portal. And so there are fact sheets. These are our OSH answers. We actually have over 750 titles, and they cover a wide range of topics. Again, if you're coming to our site and you're looking for an OSH answer, it might be a lot to comb through that. So the Business Safety Portal will select the ones that are relevant to you. We have e-courses, we have instructional designers on staff and health and safety experts who develop our content. We have infographics and posters, which are great visual reference tools. We write articles, and we have podcasts and webinars. Within the portal, we include one of our comprehensive manuals implementing a occupational health and safety program, and this is a step-by-step guide that users can use to help get started in their health and safety journey. We have guidance materials, templates, and as I mentioned, the digital filing cabinet. I'm not going to press this, it's a video, and because of the Wi-Fi issues, but if you go onto ccohs.ca and navigate to the Business Safety Portal page, and you can do that easily because our rotating carousel on the home page, one of them advertises Business Safety Portal. Click that, and it'll bring you to the page with the video. And it's sort of a recap of what I'm talking about today. Oh, I said I wasn't going to. Okay. This is the homepage that I was just talking about, and that's where you'll find the video. The QR code here on the right, if I've done this correctly, last night at 11:30, this should be a link to your online services page, where you can log in, as Kamal showed, and then on the main page, I believe, of the online services, some of the WSIB folks can help me, but on the main page, scroll down to the bottom. Currently, I haven't seen the new design, but currently scroll down to the bottom, and there should be a tile that says Business Safety Portal. You click on that tile, and it brings you back to us. I get that. We're going to send you from CCOHS over to WSIB and back again. But the reason we do that is because WSIB has generously paid for Business Safety Portal subscriptions for WSIB registered businesses in Ontario. So the Business Safety Portal is actually a national product. As I said, we're the national center. So it is offered across the country, and it is a paid subscription service. But WSIB has already funded those for WSIB registered businesses. So do that little over here, back again, and that gets you into the portal for free. I'm going to go through these really quickly. These are just sort of what you would expect to see when you start to create an account. There's the standard stuff. You have to create a login with a password. What's this one? Contact information. This is for the person who will be the account owner. Later within the portal, you'll be able to set up users and set some additional permissions for those users. And then this is where we start to ask questions about your business. This is how we learn what's important to you. What are you dealing with? What does your workplace look like? Who are your employees? And these are the things that are going to make the Business Safety Portal relevant for you from the moment that you first log in. This is the standard stuff. We're asking about your name and address. I don't know that you can, oh yeah, but we ask for the industry type. So that's important. That's the very first facet where we start to look at all those resources, again, ours and those that have been provided from others, and we start to segment them by industry. Then these questions, type of workplace. So these are all drop downs, and I don't show the full drop down, but it is quite a comprehensive list. And you can select multiple. So if you have, let's say, an office space, a lab, maybe a warehouse, and you have people who work from home, you can select all of those. And on the back end, again, each one of those connections is mapping the resources. How many employees do you have? Sometimes this is relevant across the country for particulars around health and safety committees. What are the requirements? It depends on the number of employees, so we ask that too. Where do you operate your business? So this is a little different than the previous one where I asked, where's your head office? So if you operate your business in multiple jurisdictions, other provinces and territories, we will pull that information into the Business Safety Portal as well. So it's not just for the province where your head office is, it's wherever you're operating. The NAICS code, we ask it if known. Turns out nobody knows their NAICS code. We never get a response in this field. So I think we'll probably repurpose that for something else. And then do you employ any temporary or international guest workers? Do you have young workers, which is 25 or younger? And then do you have any designated substances, any of those chemicals on site? And that's it. So up front, again, you're giving standard business information, and then you've got really this one slide where we're digging a little bit deeper. So it's a very quick onboarding process. Once you do that, you get a login to the portal. So this, I'm going to go through these screenshots again because this we can, I can close it, and so it's not showing currently on the portal on our demo account. But when you log in for the very first time, this is what you're going to see. And it's going to cycle through the various, it's a little bit of get to know what you're dealing with here and and some of the features and how to use them a little bit. So you can manage users, you can upload your own users, you can do them one at a time. You can download our template and do a bulk upload, and you can set their permissions as administrator or staff. We are working on adding additional permissions, and that's coming very soon. As I mentioned before, we have courses, but not only courses, we also have a built-in learning management system. And so when I flip over to the live version, if the Wi-Fi holds, then you'll be able to see a little glimpse of the learning management system. And that gives you the opportunity to assign courses to your staff, look at their progress, look at their report cards, all those things, and that comes as part of the Business Safety Portal. Safety and industry links. This is where we're truly trying to link out. We want all of the other health and safety associations and health and safety partners across the country. We want to send people out to them, again, in a very relevant and targeted way. But this is somewhere where we tell them exactly who their relevant health and safety associations are, and we give them a list of others that they can then mark as a favorite, and I'll show you that in a few moments. Topics, this comes from where the business, you tell us the industry that you're in, so we've already mapped some on our back end, but also if you've told us through your intake form, but I'm particularly interested in these 5, 6, 7, whatever topics, then we will pull in those as well. Favorites is where you can start to mark things. It really acts as a bookmark to go back to them later. The file cabinet, as I mentioned, is mostly for you to store your own records. In the portal, we provide templates. You can fill out your own information in the template and then store it into the file cabinet. It also works a little bit like a SharePoint or a Google Drive, which is particularly beneficial for the smallest of businesses who maybe don't have that. I owned an ice cream shop for a year and a half, and I managed that ice cream shop with an iPad and a few pieces of paper. So the filing cabinet would have been great, because then I could have shared things with my staff, asked them to go in and look at these particular things, asked them to sign off on policies and things like that. So it's particularly beneficial to businesses, the smallest ones that are operating with very little technology. Guide sort of speaks for itself. We guide people through processes. Saved links is where, while we've designed the portal in a way that we're telling people these are the things that we think are relevant to you based on what you've told us. We also recognize that people have their favorite sites. People have interesting articles that grab their attention. And rather than them just having them saved in their browser, they can also bring that link into the portal. So again, everything that's touching their health and safety program, their health and safety journey, all of that goes into the portal. So this is the portal. We're in the live site now. This is a demo account. So if you look at the resources and go, well, that doesn't really make sense, it's a demo account. We use this all the time. We're constantly showing people how they can customize even the homepage for their own needs. So things are constantly shifting in this account. But let me cover off some of the key pieces here. So we've got we've got our navigation bar up across the top here, pretty standard stuff. The portal can toggle between English and French. We are possibly looking at adding additional languages through a digital translation service. We're not there yet, but we're playing with it right now. I think that's called a meatball menu. It is sort of the settings, favorites, things like that. Within the settings, we can see here, we can click through to users who set up the account. There's a slight delay here, sorry. Information about their subscription, when they first started, when it expires, how many users they have on the account, and in this case that it was the cost is covered by WSIB. We have the company information, which is really, this is the outcome of that form that I showed you a few moments ago. So they can edit that. They can manage their users. So you can see who has accepted the invitation to join the portal. You can resend it, and then you can perform some actions, delete, edit, things like that. You can add new users here, and either a single user or a multiple user, which is where you download the template. I go back home. We've got the search bar up here, and you can start searching topics, and it will search across the site looking for those topics. Let's see what we have here. So we've got some courses, fact sheets, posters. Right here on the main banner, it will have the company name. And this is where we put the file cabinet and the courses, because these are the most commonly used features, and we wanted to make sure that they were right up front and center. So if I take us over to the courses, the course page, we currently have 15 courses on the site. We will be adding some more this year. You can access the courses. We have some tutorials and guides and that on the various pages. If I were to click this, I've already clicked it previously. It opens up our learning management system portal. You'll see the name ViewBiz up here. They are our learning management system provider, and CCOHS has been with them for over 20 years. But this is sort of the dashboard where you can start looking at, you can assign content to learners, look at the report cards and things like that. And that's for all your employees. So if you sign up and you tell us that you have 499 employees, we give you 499 seats for every single course. Along the top here, we have some key messages. This one is talking about the Health and Safety Excellence Program for WSIB, and then a little bit about if you're logging in for the first time, you don't know where to begin. Let's get started with some health and safety essentials. I also wanted to show, I skipped over this, we also have the other alerts here where we often talk about new features, things that people, if they haven't logged in a little while, just these are things to look for. And then we get into sort of the meat of how, of where the various resources, guides, templates, and all those things are curated and posted. So here, as I said, we've got lists of templates and other types of documents. I won't click on all of these because all of the pages have a similar format. But within these, there are, what am I in here, the templates. You can add them to the favorites, and in each of the sections, whenever you add something to the favorites, then in the home page, as I mentioned earlier, you can go up here, click on the favorites, and it will pull everything that you've marked as a favorite across the site. So where some businesses find this useful is if they want to do, let's say, a monthly safety focus, and they want to do this month on slips, trips, and falls. They can go in through the site and start marking the various resources as a favorite, and then they can just say to all their employees, you can go in and you'll find all of those resources that you need to look at in the next 30 days. They're all in the favorite section. The safety and industry links here, this is where we have links out. In this section, it is to the home pages of the various other health and safety associations, health and safety providers. The user can click all, they can see what others are available, and they can add those. Now in this one, it's interesting because if I start to bookmark these as favorites, you can see that it's been added to your favorites, but it's actually also been added to the home page. So you can see now this list has become longer. So a user can go in and customize this page themselves based on the things that they want to see. And that applies also for the topics. So again, here we have 4 topics right now. We can change this, we can add some more topics. We can delete some topics. And again, when we go back home, this is now changed as well, okay? I think most of these speak for themselves. Again, you can go into podcasts, it's the same sort of idea. You can favorite them, you can play the podcast from right in the portal. And going right down to the bottom. Oh, I just didn't want to skip over too much. I just wanted to show that, yes, we have resources from IHSA as well, their construction safety app. This is the Health and Safety Essentials section. This is where we start to guide businesses on where to start, what to post, how to develop your program, what to report. And this is where it all dovetails nicely with the Health and Safety Excellence Program and others that the businesses may be pursuing. And within these sections, we'll have some information, we'll have some links out to learn more, we may have resources from multiple providers, and we have, as I said, links. Then again, they can favorite, and they can open the link right from within this section. And lastly, no, not last, not yet. In this section, we have the organizations responsible for health and safety. So generally, this would be the ministry and the workers' compensation provider within the province or territory. And this is where, again, if the business tells us that if you tell us that you operate in multiple provinces, then you would see those organizations for every province where you do business. And again, we can link out to very specific pages within their sites. And then the last piece is really just the site map down here at the bottom. And I wanted to highlight this because I wanted to show the support section. We've got the FAQ section. We've got, I think this is a download, so I won't click it, but we've got our how to use and our user manual. And that's the business safety portal. So again, thank you. For those of you who are registered with WSIB, please log into your online services, scroll down, there's a tile, click the tile, come back to us and claim your free subscription. Yeah, thank you. And we're working with the other health and safety associations to pull in more resources to the portal. And at CCOHS, we're identifying some additional tools that will be beneficial for workplaces, such as our legislation service, which we're in the process of relaunching, but once we do that, we'll be bringing that in as well. And it's a really useful tool for understanding health and safety legislation across the country. Thank you.